A bright red robot named Lightning just crossed a finish line in Beijing. It ran a 13-mile course in 50 minutes and 26 seconds. That is faster than any human being has ever run a half marathon in recorded history. The fastest man in the race, a trained runner named Zhao Haijie, crossed the line more than 17 minutes later. And the moment that video spread across the internet, something changed. Not just in how people feel about robots, but in how the world has to think about who is actually winning the most important technology race of the next decade. To understand how this moment happened, you have to go back further than most people realize. In 2015, China included robotics in its national industrial blueprint. It was listed as one of 10 key sectors the country needed to master, not just to grow the economy but to reshape it. The government was looking ahead at a shrinking workforce, a rapidly aging population, and an industrial base that could not keep depending on cheap human labor forever. The answer they came to was straightforward: build robots. Build them fast. Build them cheaper than anyone else. And make absolutely sure China controls the supply chain needed to do it at scale. A decade later, the results of that strategy are impossible to ignore. Of the more than 13,000 humanoid robots shipped globally in 2025, Chinese companies accounted for nearly 90% of all units. Two companies stand out most clearly. AgiBot, based in Shanghai, shipped 5,168 units in 2025. Unitree Robotics, based in Hangzhou, shipped 5,500. Together, those two Chinese companies each individually outsold the entire production target of their biggest American rival. Tesla aimed to produce 5,000 Optimus units in 2025 and did not meet that goal. AgiBot hit another major milestone in late March 2026. The company rolled out its 10,000th humanoid robot. What makes that number worth paying attention to is the speed behind it. AgiBot produced its first 5,000 units across all of 2025. It produced the second 5,000 in just 3 months. That is what acceleration looks like when a supply chain, government backing, and manufacturing scale all line up at the same time. The company robots are already deployed in logistics centers, retail spaces, and hospitality services across China. The 10,000th unit was not a prototype heading to a research lab. It went straight to work. The supply chain behind all of this is something most people in the West have not fully thought through. When you break down a humanoid robot, you are looking at motors, actuators, sensors, batteries, and structural components. China already dominates the global supply chain for most of those parts. It controls rare earth materials used in motors. It leads the world in battery manufacturing. And it has built a dense cluster of suppliers in the Yangtze River Delta that can produce robot components at a cost and speed no Western country can currently match. Even Tesla knows this. Chinese suppliers have secured approximately 70% of the component share in the Optimus robot supply chain. Tesla is depending on Chinese factories to build the robot it is betting its entire future on. And here's where it gets interesting. Tesla is still very much in the race. Elon Musk has set a target of 50,000 Optimus units in 2026, with longer-term plans to scale to 1 million units per year by 2030. Tesla recently halted production of its Model S and Model X vehicles and converted that factory space directly into Optimus production capacity. Musk said the era of autonomy is what Tesla is now moving into. The company believes Optimus could eventually account for 80% of its total value. Morgan Stanley estimates the global humanoid robot market could reach $5 trillion by 2050. That is not a niche product category. That is a new industrial revolution being decided right now. But the gap between what Tesla is targeting and what China is already delivering is real, and it is growing. Musk acknowledged as much at the World Economic Forum earlier this year. He said China is very good at AI, very good at manufacturing, and will definitely be the toughest competition for Tesla. He added that to the best of his knowledge, there are no significant competitors outside of China. That is a striking statement from the CEO of the most recognized American technology company in the world. Now back to that race in Beijing. On April 19, 2026, more than 12,000 human runners and over 300 humanoid robots lined up at the Beijing E-Town Half Marathon. This was the second year China had held this event. The first year, in 2025, only 6 of the 21 robot entrants even finished the course. The fastest robot crossed the line in 2 hours and 40 minutes, far behind every competitive human. 1 year later, the picture was completely different. At least 4 robots finished in under 1 hour. And Lightning, built by Chinese smartphone maker Honor, finished in 50 minutes and 26 seconds. The human world record at the time was 57 minutes and 20 seconds. Lightning did not just beat the human runners in the race. It beat the fastest time any human has ever run that distance. Most people do not know this part. Lightning was designed with legs modeled on elite distance runners. Its motors were kept cool using a liquid circulation system adapted directly from smartphone cooling technology. The robot navigated the course on its own with no remote control and no engineer guiding it through the turns. It read the route, maintained its pace, and finished. It also crashed into a barricade near the finish line and had to be set upright by its handlers before continuing. That detail matters. The race showed exactly what Chinese humanoid robotics can do right now, and where the real gaps still are. These systems are fast, capable, and scaling at a pace nobody predicted. They also still fall over. That honest picture explains what is really happening in this race. China is not winning because it built a perfect robot. It is winning because it built more robots, faster, at lower cost than anyone else, while those robots get better with every new generation. Unitree recently launched a new humanoid model priced at the equivalent of around $5,500. That is less than the cost of a used car. At that price point, a small business can genuinely consider a robot worker. The cost barrier that kept humanoid robots trapped inside research labs for decades is collapsing faster than most analysts predicted. Morgan Stanley is projecting that China humanoid sales will more than double in 2026, reaching around 28,000 units for the year. Unitree is already profitable, reporting the equivalent of $250 million in revenue last year with solid margins. That is not a startup burning investor money to grow. That is a functioning business with real customers and real growth. More than 150 humanoid robot companies now operate inside China, supported by over 40 state-funded robot training centers, generating millions of real-world data entries to improve how these machines move, balance, and complete tasks. The United States is not standing still. Figure AI is working with BMW on assembly line deployments. Agility Robotics has units running inside Amazon fulfillment centers. And Tesla Optimus, if Musk delivers on his targets, could represent the kind of mass-market disruption that changes the entire competitive picture the way the iPhone changed the mobile phone industry. The potential is genuine and should not be dismissed, but there is a fundamental difference between potential and production. And right now, production belongs to China. The government has designated specific cities as humanoid robot development hubs and channeled billions in subsidies to domestic manufacturers. State Grid Corporation of China spent $1 billion in 2026 alone on acquiring robots for power grid operations. That kind of guaranteed government demand gives Chinese manufacturers the volume they need at a scale that no private sector customer in any other country can currently match. The race is not permanently decided. Technology moves fast, and the United States has real advantages in AI software, chip architecture, and large-scale model training that makes robots smarter over time. But in the physical world, on factory floors, on race courses, in shipping centers, in the numbers that actually matter today, China has the lead. It got there the same way it came to dominate electric vehicles, solar panels, and battery manufacturing. It moved early, scaled aggressively, and let government strategy and private competition reinforce each other. The humanoid robot race is not only about which country builds the best machine. It is about which country builds enough of them, fast enough to define what the next era of labor looks like. Right now, that answer is written in Chinese. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think the United States can still close this gap, or has the window already passed? Hit the like button if you found this useful, subscribe for more AI updates, and I will catch you in the next one.